So Phil, are offsets the best option in the voluntary market?
That's a great question. And on the surface, it would seem that it would be. Simply a business becomes more efficient, and then you simply pay somebody else a bunch of money, and that makes your business green. But I think it would be true to say that a lot of academics, a lot of scholars who work in this area would argue that it's not. I mean, because the potential for sort of unintended consequences is too much. Really, I think most people would agree, the best opportunity for companies to do is to set themselves carbon targets, if you like, or emissions targets or energy targets. I mean, you've done, BJ Ball have done life cycle analysis, and in that you would have come up with, what your electricity costs in terms of your air conditioning, what your electricity costs in terms of your lighting, what your fuel costs are for your cars, what your fuel costs are for your delivery trucks. So you'd know all these things in terms of what your business is all about. And so I think most academics and scholars would agree, and policymakers would agree, that the best thing that companies can do is set targets. For example, I don't know how many cars in the BJ Ball fleet, Australia-wide this is, in Australia and New Zealand. But it may be that you have a fuel bill of say, 100,000 litres per month. Well, why not set a target to make that 80,000 litres per month? Why not set your air conditioning setting from 25 degrees in winter to 22 degrees in winter? It's still warm. 22 is still warm relative to a cold winter's day. Why not set your air conditioning to 25 in summer? How many times have we walked into a shop, and you've actually been freezing, wanting to get outside the shop, and this is in summer because the air conditioning has been set far too low. These are wastes that
can save us money.
And can save a lot of money. It's possible, for example, I dare say that if you went out to any one of your company cars in your parking lot and you measured the tyre pressure, you'd probably find that the tyre pressure has probably got a 90% chance of being too low. Well, every kilopascal, I think it's kilopascals, that your pressure is low, is going to increase the resistance, the rolling of your company cars. So by making sure your tyre pressures are higher, you reduce your fuel bill, and that reduces your costs. So it's possible, for example, in your next annual report to say, look, BJ Ball's got 350 company cars. I know you've got the latest Bentley. So, but I mean, you could say that you've got 350 cars, and you know that your fuel consumption is X, and next year our target is to do an increase in volume of sales, but we're going to do it with this much less petrol. And that's a possibility to do. And they're the sorts of targets that small companies, and I know BJ Ball's a large company, but on the world scale, relative to those 500 big polluters, you are a small company. They're the sorts of things that companies around the world can effectively do tomorrow morning.